You gotta butcher that man's name, by the way.
Who? DeMeco. I'm sorry. DeMeco.
Well, hold on. How's his name? What is his name? Because we got to spell. Whoa, what?
That's the DeMario. DeMeco. My bad, DeMeco. Go ahead, Jeff, while Adrian's fixing the banner.
It's a homecoming party, if you ask me. You know, it's reunite them. You know, he was the middle linebacker when he played. So, I mean, I think this is a good hire for the Texans, but it's also another safe hire for the Texans because we don't ever know what the hell they're going to do because if he has a bad year, he might be gone.
Yeah. My thing with I'm happy for him, but I also feel like it's like a black hole for African-American quarterbacks. And they gave him a 6-year deal, which is great. But any other team, I'll just be like, oh man, that's a long time. But
they gave him a 6-year deal?
6-year deal. 6-year deal. But just like you said, man, if they kind of cut you within, they give you a max of 2 years, a year, the last 2 year, between David Culley and Lovie Smith. But I'm happy for him, but I don't like what goes on because the ownership hasn't changed.
Man, that's like a graveyard for black coaches, though, man.
It is, and the management hasn't changed. So while I wonder how much say, which I know is not going to be a lot, it's going to have to be a lot of collaboration between everybody. But I wonder, how much say he has input, because he's going to need to put his stamp on it, especially being a new head coach and his first time head coach. But I'm happy for him, but I really wish it wasn't with the Texans. I'll put it like that. Even though that was his old team, but maybe maybe because that is his own team, his old team, he'll have a little leverage.
Have some leverage play for him. Honestly, you got to understand he orchestrated that 49ers defense.
No, I'm happy for him.
So if he get the opportunity and actually they take his time with him and they actually groom him, like I hope they don't do him like they did Lovey. And they just, we just go from there. The Texans got to get smart. You got to find an investment in your coach. If you're going to hire head coaches, you can't expect a rebuild in 1 year because it's not.
Every year, it don't make sense.
The Texans is you got rid of all your stars, so you pretty much this is from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take some time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy for you, DeMeco. Not what was I saying?
DeMario.
My bad. DeMeco. Adrian, you didn't say your piece, man. What you think?
So I was looking up the Houston Texans coaching, the coachings that they had since since 2003. They only had 6.
Romeo Crennel.
Yeah, but what's crazy is like Jeff said, Romeo Crennel 2020, David Culley 2021, Lovie Smith 2022, and then DeMeco Ryans 23. Bill O'Brien was the only one who really did. Well, no, Gary Kubiak.
Yeah, Gary Kubiak been there for a while too.
He did 7 years. After that, Wade Phillips one and done, and then Bill O'Brien did 6, and he was gone. And then it's just been downhill from there.
Oh my God. And speaking, we picked up Bill O'Brien.
Which is good. That's a good look.
No. You know what? I'm ready. You know what? Go ahead, finish, Adrian. I don't want to stop on DeMeco. Go ahead.
Hey, let me ask you this question. So we all feel, really any coach that goes to the Houston Texans is getting slaughtered, is going to get stand up on the wall and get shot down. Do we really feel as if, does it really matter what coach comes in there at this point, after seeing how it continues to go on with every coach?
Well, I'll take the lead with this one. To be honest with you, I think it just takes time. When you get rid of all your stars, you got rid of Deshaun. You got rid of the receiving threats that you had in Hopkins and everybody else. I mean, you gave up Hopkins for absolutely nothing, to be honest with you. That was stupid to me. And also you very have little pieces to work with. It's a rebuilding factor. They know that they should have, I'm pretty sure if they came into the mix, that introduced a scheme where they have a rebuilding plan for the Texans, and that should have been discussed during the hiring process and go forward from there.
Yeah, so the way I look at the Houston Texans, like I agree with you on that, man, because I really feel as if the Houston Texans if for some reason they just remind me of a team that doesn't give a time. It's not
No,
enough time for any head coach,
yeah,
any
I
head coach
agree.
opportunity to come in there and build something. Like, for example, Lovie Smith. Yes, he didn't have the greatest time when he was at Chicago Bears, but
But they looked
I
good
mean, they
sometimes though
look
with him.
good sometimes. I mean, hell, they wild card, damn near Smith the playoffs, but he built that organization. He built it. He continued to build, draft, build around it. He might not have the greatest quarterback to be able to do it, but he continued to work what he had. His defense will continue to be, you know, dependable defenses. And then and what you see what they did the last game to come out there and play to win. It's just me. Congratulations to Ryan going to the Texans. It's just that if I was a head coach, I'd be looking over my shoulder because you just don't know. After seeing, like I said, the last coach that we did 7 years, that was back in 2006, and Texans haven't really done too much. I mean, they've been up and down relevant, especially with Deshaun Watson, but they don't have a quarterback. I mean, the quarterback they got there now, he's kind of like a Brock Purdy. He can hold it down for you very well. But like you said, they don't have no offensive weapon. They might have a good running back. They might have a decent offensive line. The defense is secondary is suspect. I mean, it's going to take a lot of rebuilding. And I think, yeah, they gave him a 6-year contract, but hell, the first 3, maybe 4 years is going to be shit because he really doesn't have nothing to play with. Like they really got a lot of drafting. And even when they get they got the second round draft pick. I mean the second pick in the draft. I really think they need to do some trading. That's what I would be doing. If I was a head coach, I'd be like, look, we need to do some trading because at this point, is he really like? Let them have some terrible years back to back, 2 or 3 years back to back. Are they going to honor that 6-year contract, or are they going to let them go in the 4th year?
I let go in the second.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we see what Houston does. I mean, they just go after yeah, he's good. I mean, go out and get a coach that's proven you did. Lovie Smith, and you let him go in 1 year.
And he had them boys playing too. They lost,
Yeah.
they lost, but they were battling
They
every game.
played they were just like the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions was playing every year. Hell, nobody counted Detroit Lions do what they did this year. I know I didn't.
He ran off with that money.
They played pretty good this year, man.
They did.
Yeah. They did. I don't know, man. I mean, congratulations to it, but if I was him, I'd be like, we need to do some trades. We need to get some picks. Let's trade for some picks. I mean, let's trade these picks for some.
So tell me if I'm wrong. I think DeMeco is just a younger version of Lovie Smith. Both defensive minded, right?
They're defensive mind, but I think his style is definitely different.
Is different.
Yeah,
well, that's what I mean. Different. Well, I'm just saying, yeah, but still, it's centered around defense. That's what I mean. So to me, it's not going to solve the problem. I mean, I'm happy for him.
Well, get you a great defense now, and defense win games. Defense.
No, I agree. No, I agree. But what is? I can say I think Adrian Yu was off, but it comes down to ownership and management. What are they going to do for him? If they're not going to dig in their pockets, we're going to be talking about this next year.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be a year where you can come in. Oh, next year they might be 3-11 again. You know what I'm saying? You might win 3 games, a 3-win season again this next year because I mean, with Texans, you got us coming up and the Jags coming up and trying to hold that division down. You still got the Titans still around. And now you got the Colts probably going to, be, showing up a little bit. The division's starting to come up, But at the same time, I don't think that they're ready as of yet. I believe that with the vision, if he has a good vision and he lead these guys, get some good coaches around him. I mean, all you can worry about is the defense. You get you a good offensive mind coach, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what he's going. I just still feel as if I was him, let's trade some of these draft picks away. Let's get some legitimate players in here, and he needs to build a staff. Like, is he going to keep the staff that's currently there, or is he going to just clean house and start over?
Well, if I were him, I'd clean staff and start over. You bring the guys that you need to go fit that's gonna make this work.
Well, then he's really gonna need Houston, Texas to honor that 6-year contract.
Sure.
I don't know if they're gonna do that though.
That's the problem.
Yeah. If they have a vision, if they sat down and have a vision together and they've agreed on it, then they'd be cool. But if they don't, then murder she wrote.
I bet you Lovie Smith did the same thing with them. They was like, all right, no problem. And they were like, well, we got the money, huh? Yeah, get out of here, Lovie.
And he ran off with his money, though, fully guaranteed. They fired him after 1 year. He ran off with, I think it was, how much did they give him? What was it, like 30, 40?
I don't know. I don't think he got paid that much, though.
Lovie Smith is good.
Yeah,
he's still getting paid from college.
He's good, man. We don't. They might have had an agreement. Who knows? They might. Hey, look, I'm gonna hire you for a year. I'm gonna give you this. I think it was about 20. I don't know, but it was.
Yeah,
it was
but the understanding, they really let him go because of that number 1 pick shit.
I'm glad
they really wanted that.
I'm glad he did that. I'm glad he got that W.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Good job,
a good thing for Chicago. That's his old team.
He knew what he was doing. Ran off on the money and took care of his former city. I respect that. But let's move on.